It may be cold outside, but it's getting warm in here because we have cabin fever. Unless you like live someplace that's not snowy, then it's already warm and you're just about to get that much hotter. Uncomfortably warm. Grab a fan or something. So the episode starts out with this pair of cops chasing this car and it's driving erratically, I don't know. The car was pretty provocative. So it's kind of this mystery for like a minute who's driving the car, and I originally thought it was either a dead body or a dog. And I feel like if it was a dog, the cop would have opened the door and been like, "What? Oh my god, this is the dog that rescued my dad from that burning building in Vietnam and saved his life." Because dogs do tend to live to be 80 years old. But I mean, the dog's already driving, so are we really gonna put it past him? So the first plot twist of this episode is that it is not a dog behind the wheel of the vehicle, unfortunately. But rather it is Fornell, who just got himself a DUI. Great. Things are really going well for him right now. So Gibbs breaks him free, and he gets a call that this bottom of a ship blew up. And they're like, is it a stove or is it a terrorist? You know, that question again. And it turns out it was the Russians and they're back. But while they're there, Gibbs gets a call from Emily, Tobias and Diane's daughter. Couldn't remember her name because she's dead. So Emily calls Gibbs from her mother's phone for some reason. Does this girl not have a cell phone? She's 15. And tells Gibbs that she needs to get her dad help, that he needs to help her dad. And again, I don't know how I feel on this character because, again, they do make it kind of hard on her. Like, they do say she's going through a rough time, but she's very selfless, and I know that sounds terrible to be like, she's unrealistic because she's not a whiny brat. I like her better. I'm not going to complain about her because NCIS has this not so great habit of making teenagers terrible human beings, and this one isn't, so I'm just gonna accept her. So the team is working on finding Sergei, and Gibbs takes Fornell into the woods. It's time to go. I hate to leave. I have to, though. Oh, I thought that was a spider. We were about to have like a real big deja vu moment. Do you like musical theater too? So the team is like, how are we doing this? We don't have a plan. And then Gibbs tells Jake to send over all the Russian information he has. Then Bishop's like, great, Gibbs is more intimate with my husband than I am. What just happened with that voice? Two very different storylines are happening. There is the Russians and Fornell's emotional life situation, and they end up intersecting. So the team is researching Sergei, and they find out that he was on this bikathlon or some kind of team that skis and also rifles. And Vance is like, oh my god, that explains so much. I'm sorry, I didn't know that a bunch of skiers were murdered. Maybe Shaun White, perhaps. So Sergei was pissed when he didn't make the team, probably because he had to go up to everyone and say, I didn't make the skiing riflers club, and everyone went, what the hell are you talking about? And then it turns out Sergei's mother is also Arya Swari's mother. And so Siva's family tree somehow got even worse. Amazing. So Sergei wants revenge on Gibbs for killing Ari because, as we all know, Gibbs is the one that killed Ari. Right? Right. Thank God no one else shot him. You could take the blame. Oh, I'm about to go on a rant that I really didn't want to go on. Gonna go on it anyway. This makes me angry that Ziva's not here, because if she was here, she could have stepped up and been like, you guys, I actually killed him. But instead, Gibbs is taking the fall for someone who isn't even there, who kind of just left this whole life behind, but not really, because you can't erase the past, and she killed someone who is now taking revenge on the guy who took the fall for her, and I'm kind of upset. Right now, I'll just be quietly angry for the rest of the video. They make that connection, and at the same time, Fornell's like upset because he's like, you don't get it. I killed Diane. And it turns out he's having this like inner crisis because the last words she heard him say is, "This was a mistake," but that's not really killing her unless he, like, stabbed her in the face as he said it. So then he listens to this really sad voicemail where Diane's like, "I don't think we were a mistake, like, I love you, call me," and it's really sad and cute, and why do they make every person somewhat decent as a human being before they kill them? If you go all the way back to my very, very first review, which was Shabbat Shalom, I think I even talk about it then, how right before everyone dies, they make them a good person, and that's how you know they're going to die, which is probably why they made Ziva a little bit less likable in those last couple of episodes, or else she would have had to die. Shots fired? Maybe. I digress. So Sergei comes to the cabin and finds Fornell, and he's like, "Gonna murder you now." And then Gibbs is like, "Not today," and slams him in the back of the head. Fornell and Sergei have this kind of showdown, and it confuses me because Sergei has a gun on him after they knocked him out and for some reason thinks that he has a gun that works and thinks it's going to be some kind of wild western standoff. And he's probably like, wow, how am I going to die here? Like, and it's kind of like A Million Ways to Die in the West for like 10 seconds. Like, will a giant piano come and crush me? Will one of these trees come over and just knock me out? Will that light shining off of Fornell's bald spot burn me to death? Or will I get shot? So, shockingly enough, Fornell shoots him in the head, in the face, he dies, and then that storyline is dead. Oh gosh, that's upsetting because, it's, oh god, it was such a lifeline to Ziva, like I felt it. You could feel the strength of that plot line, and it might be gone now, because I don't really know where they're going with the rest of the season. It literally all depends if they keep going with this Russian plot, or if they just cut it off and go with a new one, like they did 2 years ago, where they suddenly just stopped dead in Ziva's development and gave it all to Gibbs. So if they go with the Russians, then that storyline is still alive and well, but if they don't, there it went. So at the end of the episode, Fornell goes to Emily and kind of hugs her because Gibbs told him earlier that, you know, his whole family died because how could we possibly forget that? And that he needs to cherish his daughter. So Fornell hugs her and is like, "Anything you want, it's yours." And she asks for sushi and for some reason neglects to ask for a cell phone that isn't belonging to her dead mother. And then the Russian officials come in and apparently him and Gibbs were in cahoots and everything is happening all at once. Why would they stop the storyline here? I feel like they should keep going with it. We're in too deep. We're just sink or swim, man. Is that the right expression? Probably not. I'm Ziva now. Cabin Fever, good episode. I will see you guys for the spoilers and theories for episode 16. You know, that episode that doesn't have a title in my mind. See you guys later.